Findlay has a forum coming up on a really timely topic. It's about artificial intelligence. Joining me today to tell us more about it, she is Associate Professor and Chair of Computer Science at the University of Findlay, Helen Schneider, and thanks for coming today.
Hi.
All right, so this is the 22nd annual forum, so the topic's kind of changed. What a timely topic, right? I mean, for people to learn more about AI and the fourth industrial revolution. So what kind of things will you be covering during this?
So we'll be talking about, we'll start off with some student presentations about emerging technologies and all of the data that comes from all of these things, that's constantly being generated and then mined and used for so many things. And then our keynotes will talk about how that's sort of led to this fourth industrial revolution with all this use of the data and then all of this artificial intelligence. Where is it leading us, and what are those risks and rewards, and what do you have to be careful with in your business? And we'll have someone from industry that'll come in and also talk about how they've been using robotics and artificial intelligence in the manufacturing world for a long time and kind of where they see that going. And we'll also have a panel talking about the academic side of things because for faculty members, certainly we worry about what's this doing to our classroom, but we want to prepare our students so they know how to use this in the future.
Right, yeah. It's in so many ways it's like a double-edged sword because you can see the good, but also you can just for example, your students don't use it for my paper, but we're going to teach you how to use it in the workforce,
Right.
So,
and they might use it to write their next cover letter when they go to apply for a job. So.
Right, yeah. Right. So it's a fascinating area. And do you really want students, professionals, or it'll be a combination of who should come to this forum?
Absolutely a combination. We work with the Chamber of Commerce, the Findlay-Hancock County Alliance, and we bring in the business community so that the folks can know what to do for their businesses and how to apply it. But we also want to prepare our students, and it's a nice time for our students to network. We also welcome students from other universities in the region, so we invite them to come as well. So they get a chance to talk and share ideas. We serve a meal during the time, so lunch is included for people who register by the 18th. So we've got that opportunity for them to sort of talk and hear speakers that can give them some information they can take away.
Right. Okay, you mentioned that. Registration by October 18th because the date is October 25th. With such a timely topic, do you feel like you're going to have to bring this up maybe again because it's kind of the beginning maybe of AI, and is that also maybe part of the forum and how people will learn from each other?
Absolutely. It will come up and it will be something we see that will go on and will maybe morph into another future topic and absolutely is that opportunity for what does it look like now, but where would we see it going in the future?
Right, yeah. So the university has outreach in so many different ways. This seems like one of those forums that's another outreach for, as you mentioned, the public, other students, but
absolutely,
we can all learn from each other.
Absolutely. We're a center of academic excellence in cybersecurity, and part of our mission is to do outreach with the community, and we see that as not only our campus community, but the wider community and the region, trying to bring people together to talk about, things that they can do to help one another be more cyber secure, because that's we're all as secure as our neighbors are, right?
Right.
Because we are so connected.
Right, yeah. And there's just so many ways to acknowledge this. Like the security part you're just saying, and the AI helping us write things, and robotics. Robotics is a part of that you mentioned, and people see those like conferences and stuff where it's people, they look like people, and they're functioning in the workplace, and that kind of seems scary sometimes too.
Absolutely, right? And it's that balance. Where do you find the balance between the advantages that it gives you, but then also the risks? What are you exposing your company to? Is your company data now becoming part of a large language model that's being used by a competitor? So you want to make sure that you know what that is. That's why they've come out with the business models for things like ChatGPT, so that you can keep your own data private as opposed to putting it out there. So we'll hopefully touch on some of those things, the things to balance in terms of what you can take advantage of successfully, and then where you might want to have some caution in what you're doing.
Yeah. Wow, it seems like so much caution. As a professor in the classroom, do you find this thrilling to be able to talk about something that's so new and so progressive and moving ahead?
Absolutely.
And changing the industry?
And it does. It changes. This exploded in the springtime, and certainly the students were talking about it, and now it's kind of like, well, we know it's there, but how do we get to use it and use it effectively? And where do you want to use it, and then when do you want to back up and say, no, wait a minute, maybe this isn't it? And do we look at regulations? They've talked about maybe we should slow things down, but other countries aren't slowing down, so you have to keep up. You can't just let it technology pass you by. So
Right. That's a good point. I mean, this is one of those things where you want to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. You know,
not let them get 2 steps ahead, certainly,
Right,
because
yeah.
then they could use it to figure out who knows what against us. So.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Such a fascinating field. So I was wondering too. Do you think if someone's thinking about changing into the field, maybe of computers and AI, that this forum also might be good to go to kind of figure out where you might
Our
fit?
last session, we talk about professional opportunities, and so we do bring up area opportunities with companies that are local. Then some of our sponsors will be talking about positions they have, but then also just talking about how do you go about searching in this field and gaining more information and more background and training.
Yeah. All right. Exploring AI in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, October 25th at the University of Findlay. Thanks for coming today. Really fun stuff to learn about.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast for the weekend. Don't go away.